Imagine a substance so simple, so ordinary, that it sits quietly in your kitchen cupboard, yet holds the potential to touch nearly every system in your body. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, has long been overlooked, dismissed as a mundane household item, yet when combined with water, it becomes a gentle yet profound ally for health. The way it interacts with your body is subtle, almost poetic, a delicate balancing act of chemistry meeting biology. Consider the whispers of your cells as they respond to its presence, recalibrating acidity, moderating inflammation, and even influencing the symphony of your digestive and circulatory systems. It is remarkable how such a simple molecule can ripple through so many layers of human physiology, nudging your body toward equilibrium. When we speak of digestion, we often think of a simple mechanical process, chewing, swallowing, and the stomach churning away, but in reality, it is an exquisite orchestration of chemical signals, enzymes, acids, and microbial interactions. Each meal sets off a cascade of reactions designed to break down complex molecules into forms the body can use for energy, repair, and growth. It is within this delicate chemical dance that baking soda water quietly asserts its influence. When consumed, a small amount of sodium bicarbonate dissolved in water begins to interact with the acid in the stomach, initiating a subtle neutralization process. The sensation is not dramatic, yet the effect on the environment of the stomach is meaningful. Too much acidity can irritate the lining of the stomach, create the burning discomfort we recognize as heartburn, and even disrupt the precise timing of enzyme activation necessary for breaking down proteins and fats. By gently moderating this acidity, baking soda water helps create a more harmonious environment for digestion to unfold. This moderation allows digestive enzymes to function more efficiently. Pepsin, for example, is activated in a certain acidic range, and while it requires a degree of acidity, excessive levels can overwhelm the tissue, trigger discomfort, and paradoxically reduce overall enzymatic efficiency. With the presence of baking soda, the acid is buffered, and these enzymes can perform their task with less interference. Proteins are broken down into amino acids with greater consistency, fats are emulsified and processed in coordination with bile released from the liver, and carbohydrates are gradually converted into absorbable sugars. The interplay between stomach acidity and digestive enzymes is a balancing act, and the gentle alkalizing effect of baking soda provides a stabilizing influence, helping prevent spikes and dips that can create discomfort or incomplete digestion. Beyond enzyme activity, the effect extends to the microbial community in the gut. The stomach's acidity serves as a gatekeeper, controlling which microbes pass into the intestines. While extreme shifts in pH can disrupt this natural selection, a moderated acidity helps maintain a consistent microbial balance, which in turn supports the breakdown of nutrients in the intestines. A well-functioning stomach primes the intestines to absorb vitamins, minerals, and other essential compounds more effectively, ensuring that the body receives the building blocks it needs. Even the timing of gastric emptying, the process by which food leaves the stomach and enters the small intestine, is influenced. Too rapid a passage can overwhelm intestinal enzymes, while too slow a passage can create bloating and discomfort. By moderating acidity, baking soda water can subtly influence this rhythm, allowing food to move at a pace that optimizes both digestion and nutrient absorption. The effect of baking soda water extends further still, to the experience of energy and comfort throughout the day. When the stomach operates smoothly, there is less interference from discomfort or inflammation, and the body can redirect its resources from managing irritation toward assimilating nutrients and generating energy. The act of drinking a simple glass of baking soda water, often in the morning or before a heavy meal, is a small but deliberate intervention that supports the body's natural rhythms. It is an example of how a seemingly ordinary habit interacts with the extraordinary complexity of human biology, shaping the subtle dynamics of digestion and promoting a more balanced, harmonious internal environment. Inflammation is often described as the body's natural response to injury or stress, yet it is much more than a reaction. It is a dynamic communication system, a network of signals, chemicals, and cellular behaviors that constantly assesses and responds to the internal and external environment. When this system operates in harmony, it protects tissues, eliminates threats, and encourages repair, but when it becomes chronic, it quietly erodes the foundations of health, contributing to discomfort in joints, strain on blood vessels, and subtle disruptions in organs and tissues that may go unnoticed for years. Introducing baking soda water into the daily routine interacts with this intricate system in a way that is both modest and meaningful. The gentle alkalizing effect it imparts can influence the body's internal pH balance, creating an environment in which inflammatory signals are less likely to escalate unchecked. It is not a dramatic intervention, but rather a supportive one, providing the biochemical context for the body to respond to stress with more precision and balance. Consider the bloodstream as a river, carrying nutrients, waste, and signaling molecules to every corner of the body. In a slightly acidic state, certain inflammatory markers are more likely to remain elevated, encouraging immune cells to respond as though minor disturbances are major threats. When baking soda water is introduced, it subtly shifts the balance, modulating the chemical environment so that these signals are less prone to overreaction. The body's tissues, from the cartilage cushioning the joints to the delicate lining of the arteries, experience fewer aggressive inflammatory waves, allowing repair mechanisms to operate with greater efficiency. This modulation does not eliminate inflammation, nor should it, for inflammation is essential, but it tempers the intensity and duration of these responses, reducing the wear and tear that chronic inflammation can create. The influence of alkalinity also extends to cellular function. Within each cell, metabolic processes produce acids as byproducts, and when these acids accumulate excessively, they can stimulate inflammatory pathways, creating cycles of oxidative stress and cellular strain. By supporting the buffering of these acids, baking soda water helps maintain a more balanced internal environment, preventing the body from interpreting normal metabolic activity as a threat. This, in turn, encourages immune cells to focus on genuine challenges rather than reacting unnecessarily to minor chemical shifts. Over time, this subtle recalibration contributes to overall tissue resilience, allowing muscles, ligaments, and organs to maintain function with less strain and fatigue. There is also a psychological dimension to consider. Chronic inflammation is associated not only with physical discomfort but also with subtle changes in mood, energy, and mental clarity. By supporting the body's internal equilibrium, baking soda water indirectly creates a biochemical landscape that favors calm, focus, and the perception of well-being. The simple act of drinking a glass of this solution each day becomes a ritual of care, a deliberate choice to participate in the delicate negotiation between chemistry and biology that defines human health. In this light, baking soda water is more than a household remedy, it is a partner in the quiet dialogue of the body, influencing the rhythms of inflammation, supporting cellular resilience, and enabling the natural processes of repair and renewal to proceed with less interference. Its benefits emerge slowly, cumulatively, as the body experiences fewer unnecessary inflammatory surges, allowing the mind and body to move through daily life with subtle ease and steadiness, reminding us that small, consistent actions can resonate profoundly within the complex systems that sustain life. The kidneys are remarkable organs, often overlooked in their quiet, relentless labor. They filter our blood with astonishing precision, removing waste products, balancing electrolytes, regulating fluid volume, and maintaining the delicate pH that every cell depends upon. Each day, they process hundreds of liters of blood, making decisions about what to retain and what to eliminate, an unceasing negotiation between necessity and excess. Introducing baking soda water into this system offers a subtle yet meaningful form of support, providing a biochemical buffer that helps the kidneys maintain this intricate equilibrium. The presence of mild alkalinity can ease some of the strain caused by metabolic acids, those byproducts of digestion, cellular respiration, and environmental exposures that constantly challenge the body's balance. The effect on kidney function begins at the molecular level, where bicarbonate ions circulate in the bloodstream and interact with acids produced by metabolism. In the absence of buffering, the kidneys must work harder to neutralize these acids, a process that consumes energy and can, over time, contribute to cumulative stress on the organ. By supplementing the system with baking soda water, this additional source of bicarbonate allows the kidneys to operate more efficiently, focusing their energy on filtration, detoxification, and fluid balance rather than on compensating for minor chemical imbalances. This gentle intervention does not replace kidney function but rather harmonizes with it, offering a biochemical hand that encourages natural efficiency and resilience. Chronic exposure to metabolic acids, if left unchecked, can lead to subtle shifts in kidney performance. Over time, these shifts can contribute to conditions such as mild acidosis, a state in which blood and tissues become slightly too acidic, and can increase the risk of kidney stones or impair the ability of the kidneys to filter effectively. By promoting a slightly more alkaline internal environment, daily consumption of baking soda water helps to moderate these risks, allowing the organ to maintain optimal pH levels and reducing the cumulative wear from constant compensatory activity. The impact is not instantaneous, but cumulative, influencing the long-term health and function of one of the body's most vital organs. The influence of this practice extends beyond the kidneys themselves, affecting the interconnected systems of the body. Proper acid-base balance facilitates healthy electrolyte levels, which in turn support nerve signaling, muscle function, and cardiovascular stability. The kidneys, as stewards of this balance, play a central role in ensuring that these systems function smoothly. By offering them subtle support through baking soda water, one indirectly supports the rhythm of the entire body, helping to maintain harmony between organs and tissues in ways that may not be immediately visible but are profoundly felt over time. There is a reflective quality to this process as well, an awareness that the human body is a network of interdependent systems, each influencing the other in continuous dialogue. Choosing to drink a simple solution of baking soda and water becomes more than a habit. It becomes an act of conscious partnership with one's physiology, a recognition that even small interventions can enhance resilience and efficiency. By supporting kidney function, one promotes not just filtration and detoxification but also the subtle stability upon which energy, vitality, and overall health depend, reminding us that attention to the smallest details of self-care can resonate across the complex tapestry of life. The circulatory system is the lifeline of the human body, an intricate network of vessels, heartbeats, and flowing plasma that delivers oxygen, nutrients, and chemical signals to every cell while removing waste and carbon dioxide with quiet precision. Every pulse, every arterial contraction, is an act of remarkable coordination, a rhythm that sustains thought, movement, and life itself. In this delicate system, even subtle shifts in chemical balance can ripple outward, influencing energy levels, tissue resilience, and muscular performance. Daily consumption of baking soda water introduces a modest alkalizing effect that interacts with this system in profound ways, supporting the stability of blood chemistry and the efficiency of circulatory function. While the change is not dramatic in a single moment, over time it encourages the body to maintain balance more naturally, reducing stress on the heart and vessels and facilitating optimal delivery of oxygen and nutrients. Blood pH, tightly regulated between narrow limits, is essential for cellular function, enzyme activity, and overall metabolic efficiency. When acidity rises even slightly, it can increase strain on the cardiovascular system, prompting subtle compensatory mechanisms such as vasodilation or increased respiratory effort. The introduction of bicarbonate from baking soda water provides a gentle buffering action, helping to neutralize minor acid surges and stabilize blood pH. This does not overhaul physiology but rather supports it, allowing the heart and blood vessels to operate in a more harmonious chemical environment. Muscles, too, are affected, particularly during activity. Lactic acid accumulation, the familiar sensation of fatigue after exertion, is a natural byproduct of energy metabolism in muscle cells. By contributing to systemic alkalinity, baking soda water can help buffer this lactic acid, delaying fatigue, enhancing endurance, and supporting a smoother, more efficient recovery after physical effort. The circulatory benefits extend to microcirculation as well, the tiny capillaries that penetrate tissues and organs with astonishing density. When blood chemistry is slightly more balanced, oxygen and nutrient delivery becomes more consistent, supporting the ongoing repair and maintenance of tissues at the cellular level. Even minor improvements in these processes can influence energy, alertness, and resilience, creating an environment in which the body can respond more effectively to stress, maintain homeostasis, and sustain long-term vitality. This is not an immediate transformation but a slow, cumulative reinforcement of the natural capacities already present within the body. There is also a psychological resonance to consider. A circulatory system that operates smoothly supports the brain's constant demands for oxygen and nutrients, influencing focus, mood, and clarity of thought. By stabilizing blood chemistry and supporting efficient delivery of resources, baking soda water indirectly contributes to mental equilibrium, creating a subtle but noticeable sense of alertness and calm. It is a reminder that the physiological and cognitive realms are deeply intertwined, and that even small, consistent interventions can resonate across multiple layers of human experience. Drinking baking soda water daily is a practice that engages with the circulatory system in this nuanced, reflective way, offering gentle biochemical support, buffering metabolic stresses, and promoting resilience in tissues, muscles, and the brain. It is an intimate partnership with the body's most vital pathways, a conscious choice to support efficiency, endurance, and balance, underscoring the profound interdependence of chemistry, physiology, and human well-being. The human brain is both marvel and mystery, a delicate constellation of neurons, neurotransmitters, and electrical signals that orchestrate thought, perception, and emotion. Its function depends not only on the nutrients it receives but also on the chemical environment in which it operates. Even subtle shifts in pH and metabolic balance can influence neurotransmitter activity, neuronal communication, and the overall sense of clarity and mental stability. When baking soda water is consumed daily, its mild alkalizing effect contributes to this environment, providing a gentle biochemical support that helps maintain equilibrium across the nervous system. It is not a dramatic intervention but a quiet modulation, a way of creating conditions in which the brain can perform at its best, supporting cognitive processes, mood regulation, and the subtle rhythms of mental energy. The relationship between alkalinity and neural function is rooted in the chemistry of cellular metabolism. Neurons generate energy continuously, producing metabolic acids as byproducts that can subtly alter the local environment of the brain. Over time, even minor shifts in acidity can influence the efficiency of neurotransmission, the release and reuptake of key signaling molecules, and the responsiveness of synaptic connections. By providing bicarbonate ions through baking soda water, the body gains a tool to buffer these acids, helping to maintain a steady internal environment in which signaling pathways operate smoothly. The effect is not immediate or flashy. It is cumulative, supporting resilience in neural communication and allowing the brain to function with less interference from minor biochemical fluctuations. This gentle stabilization also influences the brain's interaction with the body as a whole. Cognitive clarity, focus, and emotional balance depend on the seamless integration of multiple systems, including circulation, hormonal signaling, and digestive health. By moderating acidity and supporting overall chemical balance, baking soda water indirectly supports these broader interactions, creating a subtle foundation for mental and emotional equilibrium. The result is a quiet enhancement of alertness, an ability to respond to challenges with steadier focus, and a sense of ease that arises when the internal environment is harmonious. Beyond cognitive function, this practice may also influence mood and energy levels in ways that are deeply interconnected with physiology. Chronic low-level acidosis can contribute to feelings of fatigue or mental fog, subtly undermining motivation and emotional resilience. By supporting a slightly more alkaline environment, baking soda water allows energy metabolism to proceed efficiently, reducing biochemical stress and contributing to a more balanced mental state. The brain is not isolated from the body, and this practice is an example of how a simple, consistent intervention can ripple outward, affecting multiple dimensions of human experience. Drinking baking soda water each day becomes more than a nutritional choice. It becomes a conscious engagement with the processes that sustain thought, focus, and emotional stability. It acknowledges the delicate interplay between chemistry and cognition, between metabolism and perception, and between habit and health. The act itself is gentle, unassuming, yet it speaks to a deeper understanding that maintaining balance in the body can resonate profoundly in the mind. In supporting neurotransmitter function and creating a subtle chemical stability, baking soda water nurtures the foundation upon which clarity, calm, and resilience emerge, illustrating the quiet but powerful ways in which small, deliberate choices can influence the profound complexity of human well-being.